song says, we're gonna give him the glory, we're gonna give him the praise. Let's do it to him. Let's do it to him.
Hey, what's up, everybody? It's your boy Jonathan, and this is the Book of John. I'm so excited. Of course, I got my brother Brunis.
What up?
And we even got Brittany helping us out over here. You know what I'm saying? So we got a few things that we're going to go through. But first, I got to unpack.
Lucy, I'm home!
Now, the first thing I want to talk about, I just saw the news on Instagram. Our colleague, amazing singer, amazing voice, amazing person in Mandisa, she passed away. And we don't know yet how and why, and I don't think that matters. At the end of the day, she was here, and she touched a lot of lives. She was incredible as a talent, but I think that her legacy might be more of just her personality and the joy and the kindness that she lived life in. I have, had the honor of her being even at my house. We were having a little writing session, and this was back when I lived in Chicago, lived in a condo. It was a walk up, third and fourth floor. Not fun for anybody, but I loved it. And she came, and we were, writing songs, and I kind of let her listen to some of the songs that I'd already written. And then we started trying to write something for her together. And I think that we got to a point where there was this line that I just really wanted to, almost like in country fashion, just kind of list all the things that she is. This kind, joyful, brilliant, blah, 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 whatever she wanted to call herself, you know what I'm saying? However she wanted to define herself. And I remember that she kind of had a little trouble with it because she was like, this is the most I have truly tried to show myself in a song.
Wow.
And so I had a chalkboard back then. I always have a whiteboard, a chalkboard in my house. I had a chalkboard, and she went to the chalkboard and she started just trying to write some adjectives about herself. And I just remember her it was a very emotional moment for her, because it's very interesting how, as songwriters, now I have not done this. Obviously, y'all listen to my music. I started off with pimples on my face. I started off there with Lord, I'm Splitting Too. And I'm grateful that even though this life has been restrictive in a lot of ways, at least when it comes to my lyricism, I have carved a path out for me to be really brutally honest about myself and where I am in the moment, or even just how I see myself, how I feel about myself, and then we can get to maybe how God feels.
Yeah.
But I think that for her, it was such a different exercise. It was such a unique exercise, whereas in Christian music, a lot of times we just go out with the good song. We just go out with the Jesus-y song and the one that ties everything else up in a nice little bow. And I really was honored to have given her an experience and an opportunity to put more of herself in a song. Now, obviously, we never recorded it, never released it, but just an opportunity to try to write something that was different for her and did a little more surgery, which is what I'm used to, but maybe what she and a lot of artists are not used to. Mm-hmm. And that will always be a moment for me, because that was one of my first writing sessions ever with anybody, especially of her caliber.
Yeah.
To actually have over my house and see if we can bang out something that was, unique. Mm-hmm. But people wanted my kind of formula and my approach to songwriting. Mm-hmm. Oh, well, I dig. You know what I'm saying? Like, I tell the truth about who I am, where I am, or at least what I think.
Right.
And then we address it with our faith. We address it with God's answer, his truth. But I love starting where I am. And it was really cool to see how that approach hit somebody else. Mm-hmm. And it was not like simple for her. It was not like, okay, well, I'm a this and I'm a that and I'm a this, blah, blah, blah. And I'm pretty sure I struggle with that and I do that. Now, and I think over the years, she got even more comfortable with just sharing her struggle as well. And wow. That really helped people. And I just really, I'm sure I was not a part of that growth process, but if I were and had any kind of effect on her, and I'm honored, and that means a lot to me, because she certainly exuded a beautiful, joyful spirit to me, even though you knew she had more thoughts than she would say. You know what I'm saying? And so, man, I just want to say shout out to the family and all the friends, everybody in the Christian gospel music community. This is a big loss, and I just want to say we love you, Mandisa, and we're praying for your family as you rest peacefully with our Father. So that's all. I just want to say that. And then I have a second thing I want to unpack.
Let's go.
And it's my fault, because we know what we're talking about here. We know how we approach things here.
Yeah.
We know that the respect that we have for our race, our people, ladies. We know it. Yeah. And we know the totality of what we've been talking about has really actually been man focused on what we need to do, how we can kind of break out of our shells and receive the love that has been given, and also even receive the love from each other that is available. Yeah. But I think that, sometimes, and I posted a clip where we were kind of just like joking and saying, this is what ladies really want to hear.
I remember that.
You know what I'm saying?
I remember that post.
And I mean, that wasn't indicative of the whole conversation. That was literally just a pivot.
Yeah. I read the comments.
And people were going, I mean, it's not they were going in, but maybe they were. They were definitely thinking, and you could tell there's a certain level of PTSD, there's a certain level of trauma that some of our ladies have, because they have seen that before. They've seen men, black men, available men, get on these podcasts, get a mic, and just go ham.
And tear them down.
And just tear them down and don't make any sense. Yeah. And I just want to say, that's not what this show is. Never will that be.
Absolutely not. Yeah.
Absolutely. That's just not what this show is. I think that, ladies, maybe you have to give us a little bit of grace and understand that we do think differently from you. Mm-hmm. If you want to listen to a show and you have men talking, you can't expect that we're going to parrot all of your thoughts and beliefs. You can't expect that we're going to have the same sensitivities. You can't expect that we're going to have the same issues with certain things that you might have. But you can expect respect.
Yeah.
And that is one thing that I never want you to take this wrong. Just because we're guys, and we might have some ladies and maybe older guys come through the show, and we'll talk to them, but at the end of the day, I really didn't know how much you have been hurt by podcasts. And I should have known, because I've seen a lot of it, and it's ridiculous. I haven't seen as much as some of you have probably seen, and some of the ways some of these guys just be talking out their butt.
Yeah, that's crazy.
It's kind of crazy.
We're not those guys.
We're not those guys. Not those guys at all. I mean,
far from those guys.
Far from those guys. We might joke. And
we have to.
We have to joke, and honestly, ladies, we still are men. We're not going to think like you guys. Yeah. We're not going to have even the same sense of humor. But I think that I just really wanted to settle anybody that was thinking that this was not a place where first we want to hold ourselves accountable. We want to do surgery on ourselves. In every conversation we've even had, I think it always comes back to Brunis saying, you know what, I don't think I was really emotionally available enough. Yeah. And it goes back to me saying, well, I probably could have had a little more patience there. You know what I'm saying? That's actually how our conversations go. And I think that ladies in particular, I hope that you have the patience to watch us go all the way around the lap that we need to go. We might not go straight to, you know what? Let's just do whatever they say. We're probably not going to do that. But we might end up at the same conclusion. We just might take a different route than you'd like us to take. And so I just pray that you give us the patience, give us the grace, but also, please hold us accountable if you feel like we're being disrespectful. And definitely don't expect disrespect from the book of John, from Brunis, from me, and anybody else that gets on here. If they have something disrespectful to say about anybody, I know how to mute them. And I definitely know how to edit them out after this is all over. So that's all. That's just me unpacking.
Yeah, that's good, man. I didn't know it got that serious until I read the comments.
Yeah, like it's kind of crazy. Yeah. I was not ready. I think because And I think people in general, we do things based off of what we know of ourselves. We know the full context of who we are and what we've talked about.
Right.
Even on this podcast, we know that episode in particular was all about men holding men accountable.
Yeah.
It had nothing to do with ladies.
For sure. And it's hard for us to even open up fully. And so the fact that we're even doing that, I think even when we joke around, that's almost like it's medicine for us.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like
keeps the area nice and numb, so we can continue to cut. Yeah,
and that's what I'm saying. The fact that we are opening up, we're being super honest with each other and to the world. This is going out to the world, and it is, for me, I can say, like, this is probably the most I've ever opened up, especially like to another man. Like, this is a safe space to fully be transparent about like my past relationships, my thoughts when it comes to the world, when it comes to dating, when it comes to women, what I've been through or whatever. And I just respect it. And I thank you for like even giving me the room to do that, and others to do the room, giving others room to do that as well.
Thank you, bro. I mean, that means a lot. I mean, like, I think from where I stand and what I do, being honest, being transparent, being vulnerable are they're very precise. It's either an amazing science or there's an art to it, because there's only so much transparency and vulnerability we can really have with the public.
Yeah,
because the public doesn't really care about us like that. They will tend to use us as symbols and just take whatever they like and then kind of move on and judge us by that. And I think that it's been really important as I've moved throughout this, and you listen to my music, you know, some of the platforms, the Life Room talks that I've made, all that stuff. It's always been important for me to be honest, one, with myself, and then be as honest as I feel like I should be, and as transparent and vulnerable as I feel like I should be to other people, because I truly think that our generation is very masked, very suppressed. And it's weird because we're also really open. We talk about ourselves so much. We research ourselves so much and Google ourselves so much that you would think that we're very open. You have all these really bold characters and they show every piece of skin and body that they want to show. They say what they want to say. And you would think that we're in a generation that's extremely open. And in actuality, if you see what we're saying, you realize it's normally compensation for a very hidden part of us that we have no clue what to do with.
So
we have no idea if we're going to be seen. We don't have if we're going to be judged. And so I think that just starting to try to carve at that and see what's truly in there before it comes out as being crazy promiscuous or buying another Ferrari, or you know, before it gets there, before we start screaming at people on Instagram, like, we have to figure this out. And I think that everybody watching, when they see Christians or when they see men, and definitely when they see Christian men, they expect that we've already processed it out so much that what we're presenting is a finished product. But I think in podcasts and any kind of conversation, man, y'all got to understand, this is we're processing too.
So far from,
we're trying to figure it out.
Yeah,
you know, and we will get to an end by the grace of God. And I think that ladies, other men, other age groups, they have to be. They have to respect the process of how we move through these thoughts, how we awkwardly say what we haven't said before, but now we about to say it on a mic. You know what I'm saying? Like, that is not easy. And I know that people think that that's just kind of our lives as artists or as men of God or as leaders or faces, spokesmen of the church. That's not the truth. Like, unless y'all want us to keep giving y'all kind of the stereotypical, just pray, right? You know,
trust in God.
Trust in God.
Always.
You know, all things work. You know what I'm saying? If that's what y'all want, then you can get that from any anywhere.
Yeah.
But I do think that a lot of us are struggling because we don't get into the dirt and the mud. And the mud is ugly and the mud is dirty. And I'm not always going to come up looking like the amazing man of God that, one, I wish I were, and two, you think I am.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, I'm a dude. And we are all working out our salvation, our own salvation in fear and trembling. And so that's just all I want to say. That's all. You know what I'm
That's
saying?
good. That's a great unpack.
Thank you, man. I appreciate the unpacking.
You took everything out the suitcase.
Hey, man, it's on. I don't see nothing. Socks, underwear, everything is out.
Everything is out.
Everything is out. Hey, well, listen. So, Brunis, I got a new game for us. Now, we can prove my genius any day, but it has been proven pretty thoroughly, if you ask me. But I think that we stumbled upon something that's kind of trending on TikTok, and I really like it, and I think you're going to enjoy it.
All right.
It's basically, well, Brittany, explain what it is.
So basically, we all know that you guys are both musically inclined. We know that you understand.
Thank
You have
Thank you
a big gallery of music in your heads, but you may not have memorized every song and every key that it ever was played in, or the original keys that it came in. So this game, simple, easy. I'm going to play a song. You'll put your headphones on. Yep. I'll play a song in 3 different keys, and you have to identify which one is the original key.
All right.
Simple and easy.
Sounds easy
right?
enough.
We've chosen some songs that you should know.
Should.
Now, you should know.
All right.
Brunis, I'm talking to you.
And I
if-
love this because it's not just me in the hot seat. It's Brunis, too.
Wow.
Your musician card could be taken today.
That's crazy. Y'all didn't want to give me a heads up?
You're the MD.
Yeah. Wow.
You don't need a heads up.
All right. Yeah. So is it me against John?
Yeah, let's
Why are you
figure
so
out-
competitive?
Bro, I
Why are
just.
you so competitive?
Answer
We're
first.
playing the game.
I need you to fall fresh on me. Send a fresh wind.
That's Kim Burrell.
Yep. I knew that. I knew that.
That's the GOAT.
And I could already tell you that's not the key.
Okay.
You can.
Yeah,
You know
I'm
what song
good.
it is?
It's Kim Burrell.
It's
Okay,
Holy Ghost.
not who it is, but what song it is.
Oh, sorry. I didn't hear that. It's Holy Ghost.
Oh, okay.
I gave him the answer.
It's okay.
It's Holy Ghost. I
It's
knew
okay.
that.
Yeah, of course you did.
As soon as I heard the key. Yeah. Come on. And it's also not the key.
Okay.
Okay.
I know that.
Okay, good. Here we go. Second time.
I need you to fall fresh on me. Send a fresh wind. Let it fall on.
That was closer.
Yes. But it's not it.
It's not it.
I know Kim.
See, you know Kim.
Yeah.
You know Kim. You know of
That like started as Kim, then went to like someone else.
Karen.
Let's see.
Okay, we're gonna do third key.
All right.
I need you to fall fresh on me. Send a fresh wind. Let it fall on.
So can we go back to number 1?
See, now you wish you want to hit. You want to hit is what you're saying.
Oh wow.
You want to hit?
Wow.
Get him, Britt!
Wow.
Go!
Yeah, you know what? I'll take the hint.
Oh, will you?
Oh, I'll take the hint all day.
Let's see first if you're a partner in crime.
I don't know that we should get a chance to hear it all over again.
I'm saying because your ear's gonna.
I
get
feel like
I just need 3 seconds.
1, 2,
I
or
feel
3.
like you have to just go ahead and do it.
1, 2, or 3.
Oh, that's kind of crazy.
I think
It's not 2. I know that.
it's,
Okay.
I'm going 3. I'm going 3.
You're going 3?
I'm going 3.
I mean, that's where I was leaning. I just knew that number 1 wasn't it.
You said you knew it wasn't 2.
I know for sure it's not 2, but number 1 was like, But number 3, when I heard it, I felt, notice I didn't say anything after 3 other than, let me listen to 1 again.
But you also didn't sound
and you
sure
said
of
you
3.
wanted a hint
Yeah, well, you didn't give me the hint.
because you don't need a hint.
I'm not the hint giver. Don't look at me.
Yeah, it's only right to pick number 3.
Let's go with number 3. Are we right?
Number 3 is correct.
Play it again. Greatest vocalist of all time
Song is called Holy Ghost.
in my book.
I need you to fall fresh on me.
Did you know that the song's called Holy Ghost?
Let it fall upon me. Yeah. That's what we should do. Next time
Yeah.
we're gonna do a finish.
Hey.
We're
'Cause we
gonna
can't.
we're gonna finish these lyrics and these
Oh,
lines and these runs.
That's next time.
That's the next one. I love
Who
that.
picks the song?
I think we could pick some for each other and just shut it off, and the person has to continue it.
Let them choose.
Wow, I love that.
All right, let's do it. Anyway, number 2. Now we played this all tour about 20 times. Well, no, 30. That seemed low.
Yeah, that's definitely not it.
Do you know what
That's
key the
not
song
is.
in to begin with?
Yeah.
Are you playing it in the original key on tour?
Yep.
Well, then you're cheating.
I don't have perfect pitch. That feels good right there. Yeah. Feels like number 2, John. I don't even need to hear number 3.
You want to hear number 3?
Let's
I
hear
don't
number
even
3.
need to hear number 3.
I don't
I'm
have to
telling
play
the
number
people
3.
right now it's 2.
I don't have to play number 3 if you don't want.
Play number 3.
John's unsure, so he wants you to play.
It still
number
sounded a little low to me, but I might have been, messed up by the first one. I think the first one that you play, it really kind of sets your.
3. Yeah.
Anyway, let's try it.
So you don't think it's number 2?
I'm not
You
sure.
have to pick number 3.
No, it's number 2 more than number 1. It's like, when they take you to the eye doctor and they be like, number 1 or number 2?
Oh,
Which
yeah.
one?
Number
It's
2
like,
or
I've never been to the eye
it's
doctor.
slightly, well,
You've never been to the eye doctor?
skip you. You're a blessed
Didn't need it.
individual.
Needs to be
I've had glasses since second grade.
Because
Dang.
not going to the eye doctor, he doesn't know if he needs glasses.
That's true. You might not be seeing very well.
I can see, and I can definitely
How many
hear.
hands my
Number
fingers am I
2.
holding up?
All of them.
Oh my goodness. Okay, number 3.
I'm gonna go 3. That actually, yeah. See that little mumble right there? Yeah. Hold up. Okay. That 3 sounded right. Why you got number 2? That
I'm a-
yeah. That from that number 2, I didn't trust that. Yeah.
I'm staying number 2.
Wow. Yeah.
Do you guys
Yeah.
have to come with a consensus here, or
No, we're competing. That's what he
you
wanted
are.
to do.
Oh,
Oh,
you're
now we're
competing now.
competing. I thought we were on the same team.
I mean, that's fine. I don't care. Well, I'm going. I think 3.
Are we competing or are we on the same team?
Then let's compete.
All right, fine.
Okay,
3.
Your final answer.
He said 2.
You said 2.
You said we're competing. If
And
we're on the same team, I would have picked 2.
This makes no sense.
It makes all the sense.
So now you're just playing the game and not actually choosing what you think is actually it.
Use your ears, Brunis.
All right, 2.
What y'all think? I say 3. Bruno says 2.
It's definitely not 1.
It's definitely not 1.
Okay.
Brittany, which one is it?
Final answer.
Final answer
Brunis, are you
3.
gonna be happy? Brunis, I think you're gonna be happy because the answer is
Here you go. You playing me. right
I'm
now.
playing you like you play John. No, come from my
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
The answer is 3.
Ooh. You know, if you got to go with that. Yeah. Play that yeah one more
Oh
time.
my goodness.
First of
Yeah.
Yeah.
That one felt right. Your other one was like, yeah.
I think that's wrong, and I'm right.
Wow.
I think what I said yes to is the key that we played in for tour.
Unfortunately, maybe
Maybe
y'all were playing the wrong key for tour.
Where'd y'all find this? Maybe it's wrong.
I'm pretty sure this is the original live recording of this song.
So maybe y'all are doing.
He changed the key after that.
How many years
It's
ago?
possible.
It's not current.
He's possible he's
It's not
doing
current.
it.
No,
It's not current.
No, it's
because he
the
did it in
original.
E before.
You're right. It's not.
It's in
current.
E for sure. Play one more time
Oh
and we
my
can check this
Lord.
out.
Why you got to do all that?
I'm just
Just to
checking. I
verify.
want to make sure.
Why you got to do all that?
Because you like to bring doubts Okay.
Wow, that
Can you play it one more time?
This
Whatever
is-
the right one was. Ooh.
What key is that?
It's giving E.
it says F.
Ooh. It's E. Ooh. It said F because of my vibrato. You know, my church.
That's crazy. Yeah, we do it in E flat.
He's lying.
Do y'all really?
No,
We can ask.
we don't.
Sometimes.
No, we don't. Now,
We can find out.
now everybody in Kojic did it in E flat because we didn't know how to play an E. But the real key is E, natural.
That's fine.
Next one.
Okay.
I didn't know we were competing. It's on now. Let's go. I'm
All
ready.
right. First, I want to know who sings this song. You ready?
Yeah, it's Johnson.
Who sings that?
Who sings
Bruce?
this?
I know who sings this.
Who?
Brutus, you're the one in question.
You're the one in question.
It's
You-
not. It's not Moret. If you think it's
What?
who is it?
He said it's not Miranda.
I'm so lost.
All right, Bronk.
Moret Brown Clark.
Oh, so you're saying that you understand that it is possibly a Brown or a Clark? Or even a group of said Browns and Clarks?
I mean, who is it? Do you know or
Listen, I have my gospel card, okay? You're
Do
the
you
one
know it or not?
that goes out and plays
not? Wow, here
with
you go.
all of these worship groups and
Wow.
collectives, and
Wow.
you the one
Well,
that do all
prove
that.
it. Prove it.
I know who it is.
Who is it?
Brutus, I asked you.
It is. These are some
I
of
just
the
answered the last one.
foremost figures in Kojic lore.
That's a good hint. He gave you a good hint.
The Clarks.
Yes, thank goodness.
I said that already.
But it's the Clark sisters, though. So
Yeah,
I know that you don't
I
know.
call
it.
them the. I call them the Clarks.
You should not because they're
called
the
them
Clark
already.
sisters, though. And you called. You said not Moret Brown.
I was trying to.
who
I
we
was
love,
trying to
by
get.
the
I
way.
was trying to get you. You know what I mean? But I knew.
Man, you need to stop playing the game.
I went to the
play
reunion.
the game.
They did this song on reunion tour.
They did.
Anyway, let's give it. Let's.
Number.
I don't even know what key that was. Play it again.
Oh, no, I can't play it again.
Oh, you're
Yeah.
right. You're right. Okay,
We're
so now I'm
going
just
on
gonna
to
do
number two.
process
I can
elimination.
tell you right now, it's number one.
Oh, my gosh. Here we go.
You brought the sunshine. You brought the sunshine in my life. You are the lifeline. You are the lifeline. You brought the sunshine. Save my life. You are.
Feels a little low,
That felt good to me.
but it could be right. But it feels low. Let's hear number 3.
Here we go.
You brought the sunshine. You brought the sunshine in my life. You are the lifeline. You are the lifeline. You brought the sunshine. Save my life. You are the lifeline.
Oh, that's tough.
Not for me.
Yeah, that's tough. I don't remember one.
Such a shame.
Dang.
Which one of the sisters were leading that part?
Karen. Actually, or is that Twinkie?
You don't know?
Well, it's different parts. But I'm pretty sure Twinkie definitely leads some of that song. So maybe all of it. But that sounded young
He
Twinkie.
mainly does. I used to know that part too. I forgot what it is.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with I'm just gonna go with 1 because I really didn't hear it.
You have to
You
pick a
didn't
different
hear it.
number.
2 and 3 don't feel that good.
But
They don't
you
feel completely
you don't
right.
even remember ones. Are you
I
picking
know.
one because I picked one?
You never picked anything.
I picked one.
Oh,
He said.
he's such a liar.
Britt, did I not say one?
He
Wow.
gave big one,
Bonus.
but he
Roll the
hadn't even heard
tape.
anything
Roll the
else.
tape back.
Do you know what your eyes do when you lie?
They open up,
Yes, wide.
and
Are you about to do it again?
Yes.
I picked one.
You did. That's actually.
Did I not? pick-
I'm Brutus. I'm telling the truth. Face.
I bet you it's number one.
All right, I'm gonna go with 1 because I just missed it, and 3 sounded kind of close, but it's also
So should
sounded
I
like
start
it could
talking
too
like
be
this?
high.
I picked one.
1.
Okay, Stevie. The number is number 1. You both
That's
got
right.
that correct.
That's all me right there.
I think these were too easy. We went too easy.
No, that was a hard game actually.
That's a tough
I
game.
should have chosen like Queen or something.
I think we can expand this next time.
Thank you.
But I'm also very proud because I got them all right. So,
did?
yeah, you didn't. So you probably don't know how perfection feels, but I do. So now check this out. Brittany, since you're here,
What up?
I kind of feel like I want to use you in this discussion because, you know, Brittany has been my friend for a long time. She's been my friend for, could be 15 plus years. I don't know. But either way, so I've seen this happen. I've seen you lose friends. I've seen me lose friends. And I'm sure Brunis has seen all this. And I just want to say that I've noticed something.
What have you noticed?
Birthdays, weddings, funerals. Just know a friendship is about to end. What is it about those three types of days? What is it about birthdays, weddings, and funerals that makes people reevaluate everything, feel underserved and underappreciated so much that people really, they go crazy when it comes to how much they are appreciated, worshipped, praised, celebrated, attended to on those 3 days. And I'm just wondering, are those 3 days, do you think that they are days that people are given a clear opportunity to now see themselves and their friends? Or are those days where we expect an inappropriate amount of attention and worship, and then we get kind of upset or disappointed when other people don't capitulate? What you think?
You want my opinion?
I want your opinion.
Because I have an opinion.
Close the laptop and put it up and do what you need to do.
Let me speak.
Okay.
First of all, I believe it is the former. Also, I'll say that nobody knows how to act. Just no one. In any side, no one knows how to act. No one knows how to fully make it about themselves, and no one knows how to not make it about themselves. So no party is fully aware of how to really participate in the scenario at all. And everyone's guessing. Everyone has an idea. Okay, my mom did this. My cousin used to go with me to da-da-da-da-da. But no one actually knows how to appropriately act in that moment. It is not until a significant event like a birthday or funeral or a wedding happens that we're now all in this scenario like, okay, so do I step back? Do I pull up? Do I, and then everyone has their own thing going on, yada, yada, yada. Life is whack. But to me, it is the former.
What was the former again?
I personally believe that there are particular days that are meant to be ordained specifically to celebrate and honor particular people. Like that is my personal belief. Now, I'm not saying like literally all about them. Life has to move on. Life is not all about them, but yeah, there should be some level of care, attention, intentionality about those particular days.
Now, I'm gonna just say this. I'm gonna come out and just say this.
AOB is coming.
Listen,
you know what AOB gonna do.
I'm gonna just say this. I am tired of birthdays. There are people who literally sit and wait until the day after their birthday to hit you up and be like, you forgot my birthday, and you didn't even post about me on Instagram. Like, what is up with that? And for me, I feel like it's a lot of pressure. One, I forget everyone's birthday. I'm gonna just be honest, and that's not to say you are not important.
No, that's fair. If I didn't learn your birthday before like the age of 16, chances are I'm having a hard time remembering it now.
It's a lot. It's a lot of birthdays.
Same with phone numbers.
Yeah,
You can save them in your phone.
Oh my god!
But I'm saying you can save them in your phone. But I remember my grandma's number. It was 708-957. 4158. She ain't had that number in 20 years. But I remember that because I learned it when I was young. Now I can't tell you anybody's number that I've had to learn in the last 10 years. That's just because we got other stuff going on in our brains.
So much. There's like
so
not
much
enough
going on
grace
in
given. Like
There was a girl that you were talking to that you really liked, wanted to talk to. You did not have your phone. You're gonna remember her number. You want to talk to this? She could write her number on
Our relationship is
on
effectively
your
over.
hand
it's absolutely
with a
over.
sharpie.
Our relationship is
at a
over.
club.
Let me
You're
ask
gonna
you
remember
this.
this
Like,
girl's number.
why does we're talking about birthdays right now.
Sure.
Why does everything have to come down to just one day?
Because it's your day. It's one day. God gave
Oh,
it to you.
well, this is the day the Lord has made.
The Lord made that day for me.
Oh,
Wow.
tell her how you really
I
feel.
was born on that day. I don't know if it's society.
Okay.
I
There's
don't
a
know
lot
if
of
my
people
mom.
born on that day.
Would you
Yes,
would
I
you
have other people born.
would
on
you
that
feel the same way if majority of your life was celebrated as if it was your birthday?
day. No.
What was the question?
So I'm saying
If every other day I was celebrated as much as my
as
birthday.
if it was your
as if
birthday.
my birthday, then no, that day
And then on your
probably-
birthday, would you still feel like it's all about me?
Well, maybe
like,
the entire standard of life and living would have raised, so perhaps. But no, in theory, if we're still at the same normal life and every day I'm celebrated, everyone's just pretty. I'm so grateful for you. I'm so glad you're on this earth.
We give you cake,
Cake,
and
shower,
you blow out
we-
candles
Yes.
every single day.
That would be annoying. On my birthday, I would be like, thank you guys. You guys have done sufficient amount throughout the year. I feel thoroughly celebrated and loved and seen.
So for you, the birthday is the way to balance the scales
Yes,
of the rest of the
'cause
year.
y'all suck the rest of
That's
the year.
that's
interesting.
what I'm talking about.
That's what I'm saying,
In
like-
one
I'm saying that like a
day,
bad thing.
out of
It's a good thing. My thing is you
365.
have 364 days to get it wrong.
Yeah.
And one day to like make up for all the other times you got it wrong.
That's crazy.
That's
to me.
crazy. I gotta admit,
That's
Brittany, I was
insane.
on your side, but now you jumping off.
Okay, I'm jumping.
She jumping off this cliff.
Sure.
But here's the thing. Brittany right now is on tour. We're at the end of it. She ain't been feeling that well. She is unfiltered. She does not care.
Yeah.
And I think that while a lot of people, including me and you, are gonna be like, "Oh, what girl? You better call." I also think that that's really how a lot of people think. That's how people really feel. Is that this day we have to. First of all, this is my day. That's the first thing. That's the first point. Is this is my day, and I think that's where we have to. Can we just stop there? Is our birthdays your day? September 17th, is that my day? Now, September 17th is one of the most popular birthdays on the world. Most of the birthdays in September are really popular because I guess y'all's parents was getting it on during Christmas and New Year's. So, I guess my parents too. Dang. Anyway, but as far as for the people around me, you don't know nobody else unless you know BB Winans and Zacardi Cortez. You don't know nobody else who has a September 17th. So as far as my world goes, is September 17th my day? Is March 26th your day? That's the first thing. Brunis, she said it is her day. When's your birthday?
May 23rd.
I'm not going to remember.
I wouldn't-
May 23rd.
You're not a true friend
I guess not.
Now here's the thing.
because you should remember that.
I mean, if you guys were like
Now, I will remember it when I see it on Instagram.
Facebook, something like that. But also, if y'all were really friends, like again, I think the real thing is that these significant moments indicate what level of friendship and relationship you all have.
One day?
But should they though?
On
That's
one
what I'm
day.
saying.
They hear me.
They
hear me.
might, but should they?
It's not that it's no, I'm not saying that it should. I'm just saying that it does. On these days that are, let's say if we're thinking of the mind like mine, where this is my day or something, my time to be celebrated or my time that I, pay special attention to myself, and you decide that you do not want to participate in any of those activities. You don't want to add any extra level of celebration, any extra level of adoration or joy to my life on this particular day, and you've only done bare minimum before.
Then everything. No. I don't want you to say we've done bare minimum before. I want you to say we've done.
You've done amazing. Sure, you've done
amazing.
We've been cool throughout the year, but this day I'm saying, hey guys, I just really want. This is me. I usually say, hey, I don't really ask for a particular something per se.
Yeah.
I'm usually ask or say, if y'all ask me what I want, and I say, oh, this is one thing I want, but I wouldn't expect you to buy it. Do I say that or do? Okay, but.
I'm just listening. I'm letting y'all do this debate, and then I'm gonna try to do the tie break in the middle. Okay. So go ahead, spread your foolishness.
If this day is significant, and you decide that you don't want to be a part of it, it's not necessarily that I now hate you and you've done something wrong, but it does indicate our level of friendship, and you saying, I don't want to set aside time and energy, any extra anything towards you on this particular day.
How'd you create?
I could have said it was April 17th or December 23rd. I could have said, the 15th of February. But the point is like, if I say, I would like to spend some extra time and energy with my friends, or I would love for you guys to just say nice things about me or anything like that. And you say, I don't want to participate in this, or it's not a can't.
Well, I forget. What about if we just forget?
I forgot. I'm not choosing not to.
These are not like, I told you my birthday once and then you never heard it again, and then it was my birthday and I never gave you any indicator. I never talked about the outfit or that I was going to go out of town or I was going to go to a restaurant. I never invited you. It's not those things. Y'all there's a build up, a setup, even for the homies. Like, hey, yeah, we about to have somebody at the crib,
What I'm saying, our friendship should not be predicated on just one day in your entire life. Not to say, oh, it's not special because you were born on that day. But if I forget, that doesn't make me less of a friend on one day than I've been to you
what we want.
Our entire lives.
We make time for what we want.
I hate that. First of all, I hate that.
Look, because it gets you every
make time for what
because
you
it's
want.
the truth.
No, because there are
And it's gonna hold you
controllables
accountable.
and uncontrollables in life.
Well, the thing is, we do make time for what we want, but I think that this is making time for what somebody else wants. And I think that the expectation is, if it's my birthday, people should want what I want as much as I want it. And I don't think that happens.
I don't fully believe that, although I do know many people do. I don't think it has to be that drastic, but I do believe that if it's my birthday, then people should want to do something, say something to ensure that I have a good day. Now, it could be happy birthday. It could be a like, a comment, a share. It could be a card. It could be, I'm going to take you to dinner. I can't go on this day, but next week. Or, hey, just letting you know you're a good person. Any of those things would work.
No, I'm saying, Brittany, I think you're right.
Okay.
I think that anybody who is your friend would want you to, one, have good days, period, and be happy, period. Number two, they would want to capitulate to what they know you deem is special. You know what I'm saying? If you deem, now I'll just tell you, this has been one of my best friends for a long time. I don't care about birthdays quite as much she does. Now, don't get me wrong, I enjoy birthdays once they have already been planned. But the planning of it, the idea of other people coming or not coming, that's too much. I hate it. So after, normally she, maybe with the help of somebody else, plans my birthday and it all goes well, I'm like, well, that was cool. But actually, when it comes to celebrating anything, a Grammy, Champions Award, y'all don't see me do too much unless friends tell me to do it, unless they kind of encourage me to do it. But for her, birthdays are very special and important. So her friends, including me, maybe especially me, even though it is not my natural inclination to care that much about birthdays, I know that it is special to her. So I do try to pull out a little bit more of myself on that day for her. But I don't think that it's fair that birthdays in general are a day that shows who's your friend and who's not.
But it's not because
I think that if you
agree
know
with you on that.
I think the only reason why I would say it's make or break for you is because I know you, not because I know birthdays and their general
But
effect.
that's what we're talking about relationships in this, because it is, do these people know their friends? If they're friends, some people don't care about birthdays and they like, hey man, I'm just about to chill with my girl. I'm just about to go with the homies. I'm going to hang out with my family. And that's completely fine. And they can do that and they're not affected. Their friends know them and know that that's not anything that they need.
Right.
But for those that do want that, the friend that does want the IG post, and you know that that's the type of person that they are because y'all are friends, and you decide not to do that, it's kind of like, okay. And the thing is, you could say that you didn't decide, you just forgot. But it is a choice and decision you have made to not be as intentional as you could be with your friendship.
Wow,
that. Now I was with you. And I feel like
stay with me.
I feel like I feel like ladies around the world are saying boom boom
right.
Yeah,
boom
like,
boom boom.
Job don't do too much. Don't you offend them.
Oh, my bad.
Don't you offend them, John.
My bad. I wasn't offending. I was celebrating. Anyway, but either way, I do think, okay, I think that's a little, the idea that people intentionally decide against celebrating birthdays or celebrating moments or anything, I think that's a little bit unfair.
It isn't fair to the overall general population, but I will
Yes.
say there are people who do make that choice.
There are people, I'm sure, that do make that choice. We've all seen people that you could say something and you just didn't.
Yeah.
You could have bought something and you
That's-
just didn't.
yeah,
You should
that's
you
messed
could have
up.
showed
That's
up
messed
and
up.
you just didn't.
Yeah.
That's messed up.
Yeah.
And I think that's what I'm saying. I think
But it
that
becomes that day becomes an indicator. You see this person made that choice. You see those friendships, those people.
I believe you should have a conversation instead of creating an assumption.
How do you make what assumption is to be made? They didn't do.
You just gotta ask, like, what happened?
I'm
what
not
went
saying,
on?
Hey,
If
you
they
had a
said
car
I
accident
literally
and I
didn't do it
couldn't-
because I just didn't feel like doing it, then
and actually I didn't think that we were that close of friends. I don't
Right,
think
then that's really an indicator of.
But no, but
dang,
that's what I'm
we were
saying.
not
do
as
you not
close.
take accountability if they say that?
100% you take accountability, and this becomes a realization that your relationships are not what they were. So the friendship might end, but not necessarily because they didn't do this thing, but because, oh wow, we didn't have that deep of a friendship or relationship to begin with. So it's not one I
And
have
it
to
took your
sustain or take-
birthday.
It might
Yeah,
take
you know
a
what?
moment
You
of
know,
significance.
so this is what I would say, Britt. This is what I would say. People are different.
Yes.
And so while there are people who maybe like me or Brunis, and I think guys, what we've seen, and me and Brunis were talking about it earlier, that guys in general, because we are not as, a lot of us, I'm talking about in general, there's obviously exceptions all over the place, but just a lot of the guys that we know, since we're not bent towards the romantic, the sentimental, then things like birthdays or other symbolic gestures, even some of the things that happen in a wedding. All I care about in my wedding is the music. That's all I really want. Like every other part of the pageantry, all the flowers, the colors,
The lights,
pick it. I
nothing
don't
matters.
care. What I really just care about is this set we about to have, okay? I need Rascal Flatts singing God. Anyway, I have ideas. But anyway, my whole point is, since we're not skewed that way, I think that sometimes it is less of a decision and less of an intentional thing to maybe not lean in far. And we're not talking about even just forgetting somebody's birthday, but even if we do remember, how much do we lean into it? I think all of those things, all those gradations, if there are people who don't care about their own birthday as much, then you have to understand there are other people that don't know how to lean in or don't know to lean in to other people's birthday that much. So the way you were talking when you first started,
beginning,
you were just saying, like, on these things, nobody knows on either side. I think that, and that's why I think there has to be grace, is because nobody knows how much they should be honored on any given day, whether it's birthday, wedding, funeral, when you just won an award, when you just got a promotion, when you just, found your dog, whatever. Nobody really knows how much they should be honored. Matter of fact, the only way they really kind of get an idea is from watching Instagram and TikTok and everything else and seeing how other people are honored.
Right.
Or the books that they read, or the movies that they watched, or the other friends they had down the street. That's the way we even gather this idea that we're supposed to have a cake and some candles to blow out and 20 friends somehow harmonizing terribly happy birthday. But on the other hand, the other people who come to these parties, unless you are a party genius, and Brittany actually is an event planning genius. If you are not that, then you really don't know how it's supposed to go.
Yeah.
If I had to plan all of your birthdays by myself without any help, and a lot of times I might be the one who does actually do most of the work, but at least I have a girlfriend or something to bounce ideas about. Like, okay, but does this bag look nice or is this ugly? I don't know. I can't tell. Do y'all like balloons? Pink? Don't girls like pink?
Right.
Everybody? Pink and yellow? I don't know.
Maybe blue.
Well, that's her favorite color is blue. And so it's like, so at least you got to figure that out. And other people just ain't good at that.
Yeah.
You started off at like an 8 for my birthday in 2007, whatever. You started off knowing how to do this thing. I didn't.
But I didn't. That's the thing. I knew you. And more than I knew you, I had the desire and care to make sure that you were seen, loved, celebrated,
On
and acknowledged
birthdays.
on your birthday.
And I'm saying,
of significance.
but that's what I'm saying. When he asked you if all the other days you were celebrated,
Yeah.
and the birthday was not a jump, would you feel so and so about it? And your answer was opposite of mine. I honestly, I would rather the 364. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I don't need the bump. Like the bumps don't do anything for me. Like the extra,
It's 24 hours.
that's what I'm saying. Like
Less
for
than
me,
that.
it's just how life is and how friends are and how circle is, and I think that a lot of times maybe the moment, the sitting at the table and everybody going around the table saying something nice, it's beautiful. And I think a lot of people at those tables, like I remember I had a birthday, LA, and I had the guys were crying more than the ladies were. I thought Brittany and Dewana or somebody would be crying, and no, it was the dude. It was AJ, and I used to, honestly, Mike. Man, I'm gonna fight for you, bro. I'm like, what is going on? What is going on? And so I think that a lot of times we do take those moments to show a different level of honor, but I don't think that it is. I think that to say that everybody and the way they show up on anybody's birthday is a true, accurate indicator of how they feel about you, I don't think that's fair, because not only are the people that want to receive honor different, the people that are trying to figure out how to give honor are different. And I think they all come on different levels. Mm-hmm. And for that reason, I just feel like any time, and we've seen all these different memes of, if you need to get you a man who, or you need to get you a friend who, I think whenever there's a universal indicator of who a person is and how they feel about you, you are bound to get it wrong a lot.
Yeah.
And that's all I'm saying. Like, if your dude does not buy you roses every month, I don't know if that's an indicator of how he feels any more than the dude that buys you roses every week. And he ain't nothing. You know what I'm saying?
He ain't nothing.
You know what I'm saying? He's
got
just
a different agenda.
He's just He's just distracted. He's just holding shiny things over
Now
here, so
we're
you don't
talking
see what's
about
happening over
Valentine's
here.
You don't
know what
want to
I'm saying?
talk to
we
you on
can't get,
Valentine's
listen,
Day?
we can't get to
Yeah.
Valentine's Day
Yeah.
because there are people that I'm not even dating that would hit me up. You never hit me on Valentine's Day. I was like, I didn't know
That's
that was
just
fair.
Why can't y'all
crazy.
just take this
Send
as
it to every
take
woman.
this as an indicator? Birthdays,
Okay.
Valentine's Day, weddings, funerals. Just add a little bit more intentionality. I'm not
But
saying
you
I'm
acting
not saying
like
go
you
all
act-
out. I'm not
you're-
saying take them out.
You're
to eat.
acting like that's just like 5 people.
And
How you decide to
that's another
divide
thing.
your ways, how you
That's another
decide.
thing. We know too many people now. In today's day,
so many
I got too
people.
many friends, or too many people that are expecting a birthday, wedding, funeral, Valentine
And those
out of
people
me.
find out that they are not
Okay, well-
at the level of friendship.
No,
Okay,
man,
let me-
that's not fair. I don't
like,
think I want to give them. I'm not trying to say any statements, make any statements, but I will forget.
Now here's the thing though. Weddings only happen one time. Well,
Sure.
only happen one time,
Ideally,
Yes.
and I feel like this is where I'm on the other side. Like John, like If I tell you my birthday, you don't remember my birthday. That's all good.
May 23rd.
Except it
May
happens
23rd.
every year.
I'm gonna forget.
If I'm like, yo, I'm getting married on this day, and I want to see you there.
Right.
And then I'm like, man, I didn't see John there. Like, maybe there was something he was doing. And then your response is like, man, I just forgot. That's going to hit me a little different.
I mean,
A wedding happens once. A birthday is every year. You have a reminder every year.
Exactly. But I'm saying to me,
But I
the
get it.
wedding is more important.
No, I get it.
the wedding's more. It's more of a special day because it's only happening
It
one
only
time.
happens one time.
But in my defense, or what I would say, not my defense, but in defense, I would say, well, now you're really dealing with everybody's schedule and everybody's bandwidth.
But you said you just forgot.
I didn't say I was gonna forget your birthday.
No, I'm saying
In his
if you,
hypothetical.
I'm saying
Oh,
the
the
scenario.
hypothetical.
Yeah, is
Yeah, but I mean,
you forgot about my wedding, bro. It was important to me, and I told you
I feel you.
I would have loved to
important.
celebrate you, and you send a gift, and now there's some
Right.
intentionality.
Gift doesn't make up.
what I'm saying,
for
back end, I'm sending something through Amazon, Doc. We got. I will compensate for this absence. Don't worry
Exactly.
about it.
You take the couple to dinner.
Do you want me to come to the wedding?
I wanted
or do
you at the
want
wedding, bro.
a new stove?
Okay, all right.
I don't
Okay.
know.
I mean, it's a stove coming
No,
with the
this
car, you know.
The stove with the gun?
A stove with the
wasn't
car.
enough?
What?
So I guess here's my question to both of you. When it comes to weddings that again are special for a certain reason, now there's a con, which is it only happens one time in the year.
Yep.
Could be other scheduling issues. I could have booked something already.
Yep.
It's easy to forget. All I had was an invitation. I did put it on my refrigerator, but maybe I didn't put it in the calendar.
And that's why, really quick, I hate the people make time for what they want comments. Because some people would be like, well, if you really want to show up, then you'll forget, you'll drop what you had versus. I've had that before.
I mean,
To where
but
I felt like I was stuck in the middle and I had to choose. And I was like, well, I already committed to this, but you're making me feel bad because you have something going on that you really want me to be at. And the conversation with the friends around the table was like, well, he always prioritized work over.
Well, and in my head, you're prioritizing yourself.
when
and
you
I think
prioritize
that-
work, right?
Huh?
When you prioritize work, you prioritize yourself.
I think that there's a lot of different ways you prioritize yourself, and it depends on who you are. I think for Brunis, that's gonna look like putting work first. For me, that might be putting work first. That could be putting family first, and you got friends on the side. Like, what's going on? You know what I'm saying? Or the opposite. Yeah, I've prioritized friends, and my family's like, what's going on? And so I think that anytime, that's what I'm saying. And then funerals as well. Funerals is a big one because for me, I am not the most sappy guy. Okay? I don't know
I'm with you.
when to just hug and it's like
I want to stay out the way.
I just don't want to. I don't want to stay. So I mean, so that's why I was really loving the way you started off, Britt, because you like people on neither side know exactly how much honor and attention they should be receiving, and how much they're supposed to be giving. And I think a funeral is another one where it's like, should I call them? Should I text them? Should I hug them? I don't want to. They might need time to process. I don't know. I might be a nuisance, and I think we get in our heads about that because we're just really everybody's real self-absorbed and self-centered anyway. Even if nobody's called you that, if you're part of America in this generation, I'm pretty sure you are self-centered and self-absorbed, maybe a little narcissistic. That's just the culture that we're eating from. You know what I'm saying? And so I think that we really don't know how to show up in those moments sometimes. And sometimes we're just very much deeply entrenched in our own lives that even things that we wanted to do, we miss.
Can I just say, on all fronts, half the battle is literally just showing up. So whether you come with open arms or whether you come with money, you come with dinner, you come with like yourself, you coming, you showing up, you sitting beside me, you whatever, that's on birthday, funeral, wedding, that is it. So if you can show up, if you can give of your time, then that usually goes the furthest. Like whether or not some people, I remember in college, people couldn't afford to go to dinner with us, but they would just come for the laughs, just come to be there. They didn't eat a bite. They said, "Oh, maybe I'll try this salsa."
Oh no, they ate. I just paid for it. Anyway,
Can I ask a question? That it may
That's
be
really
total opposite.
fair.
That's amazing.
That's
just show up.
That's mature. That's graduation.
Yeah.
You know, just showing up is the battle. And I think that because we are so performance focused in this world, and we walk into rooms and we are hyper conscious of ourselves.
Yeah.
You know, I once told, I got to a certain point that I realized that when I'm walking down the street, I am more concerned about myself than anybody else that's walking around me. You could ask me details about everybody I just passed and I don't know, because we are always just kind of dealing with ourselves the whole time. And so just showing up, but without the right gift, but without a hug and something nice to say, that we stop ourselves there. But what were you about to say? My bad.
No, I think that's good. Even before I say what I was going to say, like, I had one of my friends who just lost their mom, and I remember calling him, and before we got off the phone, he was like, "Hey bro, like, I only ask of one thing. Like, if you call back, I don't want to hear sorry or whatever. Like, I just want to hear jokes," which is what we would normally do. And to your point, I'm always like, death is just the worst, because I'm like, I don't want anything to do with it. Like, I just want to stay away.
You feel like you're going to mess something up.
For sure.
You feel like this is the most fragile time. And
it
of
can
all
get
the
bad.
moments for me to be a wise, solid man of God, this is the time. And if I don't have it, I get scared.
It's tough.
Yeah.
It's pressure.
It's pressure.
It is. No, especially death funerals. That is pressure. That is.
It's pressure.
But that's a mature way of looking at it. And I think that, you know, we got to go. We've been talking for an hour, but I just think that when it comes to these moments, I still believe that the person who feels they should be receiving more love, more honor, more attention, more celebration, I still feel like they have to have grace. And I feel like I think there's another conversation that really could be had on a very like Christian level about how much of this worship and attention are you really expecting? How much glory you really want on this day that the Lord has made? I think that's a whole nother conversation. We're not going to get into that today, but I think that the saints I think that they thought of that when I thought of that. And it's like, wait a minute, wait. Because when you say it like that, when you say this is my day, something on the inside says, I don't know if it really is your day. No, don't clarify.
I need to.
No,
Don't
you
clarify.
said what you said.
No, you said it.
You said what you said.
it.
Own it.
It's just
Own
whenever
it.
I say this is my day, that does not mean I want you to spend thousands of dollars and get me
You want to
giraffe
sacrifice
ride.
though.
I want
You know who else wants sacrifices?
the Lord.
God.
That's right.
That's all I'm saying. You want a sacrifice of time. You want a sacrifice of money. You want a sacrifice of attention. And I'm not literally trying to make it that extent. I'm joking. I'm being facetious. But I do think that there is something that, again, when you put it into American culture, you put it into Western culture, you put it into the way we think about things. Oh, it's normal to have a party that celebrates you and have a step and repeat that says Jonathan, 35, 35, 35, and everybody takes a picture in front of all of that is normal by the way we, in the culture that we are in. But I think that it might take another conversation, maybe next time, to really think about, not defend it, but let's just do surgery on it and see if it really should be that deep anyway. That's the first side. But then the second side is what you're saying. To the person that is to be giving honor, to the person that has made the choice, like me, to have so many dang on friends and associates all over the place, we have to figure out how to show up. If we do want to maintain, that's the best word, maintain the friendships that we've created. And I think that we can make it more priority than we do. We can be a lot less self-centered self-absorbed in our own stuff and get that special day on the calendar and not forget so much. And I don't know, come with sackcloth and ashes and cry and please forgive me if we do miss it. That's all I'm trying to say. And if you don't know how to lean in, what Brittany said, I think is beautiful. Just show up.
Yeah.
Just show up. Be awkward. And I think that's the scariest thing, is that we're not sacrificing money or time in this moment. We're sacrificing the ego that says we are awkward in this moment. We are not needed in this moment. We don't know what to do in this moment. That's the scariest part for a lot of people, is we don't know what to do. And if we don't know what to do, then our value's diminished, our ego is exposed, and it's not about me and my own performance. It's about somebody else and their happiness, their joy, their comfort. And that's a scary thing. But I would just say that the most mature thing is to show up anyway, even as your best friend realizes she's not a god and she don't need to be sacrificed all this dang on energy and all these parties and all this celebration, all this other stuff that people be trying to do. And I did buy you the bag that you wanted, and so I hope you better be happy with that bag. It cost a lot of money. It was a sacrifice.
Thank you,
It was a sacrifice, ye idol. Anyway, I love y'all so much. That's been the Book of John. We have more to talk about. I have an unpopular opinion, but we'll talk about that next time. I'll see y'all later. Let's go.
Sugar